Okay, this is unboxing video of my Framemeister XRGB-Mini upscaler unit. This is just arrived from Japan. As you can see, I've opened the box already. I just want to hide the address and stuff. So let's get straight in there and see what we've got. So we've got the mini unit itself, nicely wrapped. Put that to one side, and we've also got a cable in here, which I'll tell you about later. Just move the packaging to one side. Okay, so let's open the unit itself first. It's nicely packaged. Just show you the box very briefly. That's the front. It's some in English, some mostly in Japanese though. Picture of the unit there, and tells you which type of inputs and outputs it has. Picture of it on its upright, so it looks like it might come with a stand, which is quite cool. And then on the back, Japanese specifications, which no use to me. So let's have a look inside the box, shall we? Let's just quickly get that open. Okay, what we've got first, so we've got the manual there. I'm not sure whether any of that's in English. It might well be Japanese, so probably won't be much use. Let's look at all the bits and pieces first. So we've got that looks like the stand, so you can stand it up vertically. It's quite cool. Batteries for the remote. A micro SD card. It's quite cool they provide that because that's for updating the firmware. I've got the power supply there. I don't know whether the camera will actually focus on that. It's AC 100 volts, which is not great, but the output is 5 volts, 2.3 amps. So I'll have to find a solution to that, probably a step down transformer. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Let's just put the unit to one side. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, this is the cable. That's a mini DIN socket which goes into the front of the unit, I believe, and then there's a SCART connector there to connect your SCART cable to. However, that's Japanese SCART, not Euro SCART, so I need a converter for that, which I've already got. I'll show you that in a second. And the remote, I don't know, put it the right way, that probably help. Don't know if you can see that, but it's mostly in Japanese, but I don't think that's a big problem. Okay, and then let's just chuck the box out of the way. And then let's get the unit out. Okay, so this is the unit, and you can see on the top there's, from the left, power, input menu, left and down, up and left, down and right, and OK buttons. And then there's loads of other information, all in English, on the front about what the inputs and outputs are. So we'll have a look at those now. So on the front we've got S-video input, composite video input, left and right audio to go with either of those two inputs. And then on the right, that's the RGB in, that's where the mini DIN goes, and that's effectively where you end up plugging your SCART in. And then it looks like there's some LEDs here, so we've got standby, power, input, DVI, and output link. The one thing I have read about this is apparently these two inputs only work with these video inputs. So if you want audio through your RGB, you need to make sure it's plumbed in correctly there. On the side, we've got just vents, and then on the back we've got 5-volt power, mini USB, I'm not sure what that's for, I have to check that out. And then we've got 2 HDMI imports. This is a Japanese D-type connector, and it effectively does component and its associated right and left audio. HDMI out, and I'm not sure whether you can see that on the camera, but that's the micro SD card slot. So that's that. And then fence on the side, and on the bottom just serial information. So there we go, that's the unit. It looks pretty good, it's nice and compact, easy to tuck away. I'm going to set it up and work through a couple of the issues I've got with plugging this as it's Japanese equipment into UK equipment. Let me show you the cables as well that go with it. So I'll just put this one side. As I mentioned earlier, this is the cable that plugs into the DIN socket on the front, and it's actually SCART, and it happens to be a Japanese SCART input. So I've got a, if I can untangle it from this plastic bag, I've got a European to Japanese SCART converter. So that's going to plug in there, and that's going to, even though it's a bit complicated, I'm going to seal that together so I never end up plugging a European SCART socket directly into the front of the Mini. What I'll probably do is, once I've got it working, I'll resolder this cable so it's Euro straight in. But for the time being, I just wanted to be on the safe side, so I bought that converter as well. And then the other thing I got from the guys in Solaris was this, which is it's one of these Japanese D-connector cables. And effectively plug component in there, so that'd be useful for things like PlayStation 2. Anyway, that's it. The Frame Meister XRGB-Mini. Thanks very much for watching.